Oh, yeah. Come on, my son. Get in there. How's it going, everyone? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. Hope you're all having a good one. We've just battered Chelsea 2-0 in the FA Cup fifth round. An absolute demolition. We made them look like a right bunch of mugs. And it was a great performance from Manchester United throughout. We totally did the number on them. Have some of that. Have some of that indeed. Oh, it's a mangasm situation right now. Hope you're all having a good one. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the game. Of course, we're going to get deep into this with a little bit of reaction for my personal thoughts on the game. I mean, it's just incredible what's going on at Manchester United right now. And it's amazing what's happening at Chelsea as well. They're like having an implosion. It's absolutely great to witness. And it's great to be a part of as well. I mean, an incredible performance from United from the off. We started the game very well indeed. Set up, defensively, but with a real good emphasis on getting the ball forward quickly on the counter. We basically allowed Chelsea to have it. They're not doing anything with it. They're sidey, LVG passing around. And Manchester United happy to just sit back a little bit, soak it up, spit it back out, take the ball up top there and punish them in the final third where it counts. We did that twice tonight. Fantastic goals that we scored as well. I have to say, Paul Pogba, a.k.a. King Pogba, a.k.a. the best player in the world right now, is just incredible. He has seriously changed his ways since the Mourinho days. It was all that Portuguese twat's fault. He's proven that he's one of the best players in the world right now. His performance today was dynamic. It was a virtuoso performance. He's provided that incredible assist for the first goal and a Herrera's header. I think those two worked absolutely perfectly in midfield. Herrera, a defensive beast when he needs to be, a creative influence when he needs to be, allows Pogba the freedoms to get forward and create problems. And you saw that countless times today. Paul Pogba controlling things in the centre of the park and Herrera controlling things in the centre of the park when Pogba's, going forward on one of his runs, which he did a lot and he did effectively. That cross in though, it was right out of the David Beckham draw of passing. Not only that, the second goal, which he's actually stuck in the back of the net with a lovely header, was also out the David Beckham school of passing playbook. It was absolutely incredible, some of those two crosses that we put in tonight and the two goals. I mean, how is this happening? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is truly the Messiah. He's come back to United. He has revived us like a phoenix from the flames, and we are back to being United again. We soldier on in the FA Cup. This is our real chance of getting some silverware this season. This was a big stumbling block, potentially, up against Chelsea. Very good team. Yes, they've been shit recently, and it's great. It's absolutely brilliant. We took full advantage of that. But let's not play down the performance from Manchester United today. I just think the defensive performance from us, we showed pure bollocks and bottle. The likes of Smalling, the likes of Lindelof played like lions. Not even lions, like lions that have been injected with anabolic steroids or something. They were absolutely up for it tonight. They were all over the shop. Great defensively. They just could not get through. It's like we had Gandalf playing at the back there. Thou shalt not pass. That was going on. And just a generally fantastic performance from Manchester United. What can I say? I can't praise it highly enough. Defensively, midfield-wise, it was great, dynamic. Herrera and Pogba running things all day long. They've got to take the most of the praise. I probably just about edged the man of the match performance for Paul Pogba. I thought he was absolutely flawless today. Absolutely incredible. But really, the main MVP right now, the main MVP at Manchester United, is the man with the baby face. It's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. His name is Ole Solskjaer, the coolest cat south of Oslo, bruh. His name is Ole Solskjaer. Champions League on his CV and a face like he was 3. His name is Ole. Anyway, let's get back into it. Everybody who's tuning in, thanks so much for stopping by on the channel. Do us a favour, smash me a like on this video. Get your thoughts and opinions in on the channel. About your thoughts of Manchester United right now, about getting one over on those wankers Chelsea, about progressing in the FA Cup. Who've we got in the next round of the FA Cup? The draw is to be made right now, I believe. Obviously, as I'm reacting to this, I didn't keep it on. Mares! So somebody is going to inform me in a little bit, hopefully, as to who we've got in the next round. But anyway, Theo Knight comments and says, haha, great song. Yeah, just a little something I come up with. There's all these Ole Gunnar chants going around. I thought I'd throw my 2 cents in. Nathan Phelps comments, how's it going, Nathan? He comments and says, hope we get City at home. I mean, there's some big draws left for us in this competition right now. It's really probably our main chance of getting silverware. Of course, we are still in the Champions League, but after that drubbing of PSG midweek and the fact that we've got to go away without the likes of Pogba, carrying a couple of injuries as well, just makes me think it's going to be very difficult for us to get the better of them based on how much more experienced they looked compared to us in in Champions League football right now. Ole Gunnar's done an incredible job, but tactically their coach got it bang on. I just don't see us going there and getting a result. Although this belief at Manchester United is back, this old school Manchester United mentality that perhaps we last saw with the man who used to be the coach of Ole Gunnar, seems to be back at United. We seem to have that passion, that fire, that fight back in us. Bit of bottle, bit of bollocks, we've got all of that now at Manchester United in abundance. Paul Pogba's testicles have grown. Poke him with a stick and watch them grow. And he has grown into a seriously quality player since that man has left and since Ole Gunnar has come in. It's just been incredible, the turnaround of the players at Manchester United, the turnaround of the fans, the belief that we have once again in our team, the excitement factor, the entertainment factor. It's all back at Manchester United, the way we're approaching games, the setup, the tactics, the style. You can see out there players like Pogba are flourishing in this system. Players like Herrera are flourishing in this system because, yes, they've got roles to do, but they're not so rigidly strict and they're not allowed to go out there and express themselves and play football. Paul Pogba has had the shackles taken off now and he is showing the world what he can do. He's showing the world that he was that player that was at Juventus. He's showing the world that he's got the ability to represent Manchester United on a consistent basis week to week and be that £90 million player that we thought we had. Well, we definitely have got that. He's worth that and everything at the moment. Everything I said about Paul Pogba in the past, a lot of it at the time, I thought was justified. But he's proved me wrong. He's proved a lot of people wrong because just simply by his consistency and the performances he's putting out there. Since Jose's gone, you can't fault him. You cannot fault him. So it just obviously was not working out between them. It's that sort of thing. Everybody who's tuning in, thanks so much for stopping by. I'm absolutely buzzing after that one. We've totally done them. To get one over on a big rival like Chelsea in such a convincing fashion, to completely outplay them really, to lull them into a false sense of security where they're getting at us. They've had the ball a consistent amount of time throughout the game. They've created a few chances, but really Manchester United defensively have done the number on them. They could not get through us. We hit them on the counter. We hurt them with added quality in the final third. Some crazy balls in, some lovely finishes, and Herrera's touched header into the far post was absolutely majestic from an insane Paul Pogba pass, and equally Paul Pogba's header into the net from, I believe it was Rashford who stuck the ball in, was absolutely incredible. So I just love the quality of the goals tonight, the quality of the counter-attacking. It was ruthless. We hit them very hard and fast, and they didn't really have an answer for it. It was a complete do-over from our point of view. Right, let me get on and read a whole bunch of you guys' comments to everybody who's tuning in. Thanks so much for stopping by. Gungshi in the house. How's it going, Gungshi? With a super chat. He comments and says, get in there, my son. Brilliant performance all round by the lads. Ollie must get the job full time now. Surely, Gungshi. I totally agree with you. Thanks so much for stopping by. He's got to get the job. What more does this man have to do to get the job? Does he have to perform some sort of a sexual favour for Ed Woodward? What does he have to do to get this job? Because he's doing absolutely everything in his power to do that. The performances we've put in since he's come in, it's incredible. He's performed some sort of Manchester miracle. The type of football we're playing, it's so much better, so much more progressive, so much more attacking, so much more free out there for the players. And of course, you're seeing that with the way that the players are responding. They're responding to it very positively. They're enjoying playing football once again with smiles on their faces and goals in the back of the net. And not only that, we're keeping good clean sheets. I think we've only conceded 9 goals or something since Ollie's been here in all competitions. It's incredible what he's done to this side. What more does he have to do, Gungshi? I do not know. Surely there could be nobody out there who's better equipped for the job right now. He's come in, he's proved he can manage at a club like United. And it's not just him, he doesn't take 100% of the credit. Mike Phelan, I'm sure, has got a huge amount to do with it behind the scenes. He did previously. I'm sure he's done that again. Mickey C, that integral link between dressing room and coaching staff, he's probably got a fair bit to do with it. But really, Ole Gunnar, he's the man at the helm. He's the man entrusted with this temporary position to try and steady the ship at Manchester United. Well, he hasn't just steadied the ship at Manchester United. He's pretty much fired out bazookas and sunk a couple of our rivals along the way whilst steadying the ship, whilst turning us round, whilst getting, a rocket full of TNT up our arse and getting us back in the right direction in record time. I didn't see it coming. Who saw this one coming? The state we were in before he's come in. Nobody deserves the job more than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's done a miracle job. He's a miracle worker. He's basically the second coming in my eyes. So, as you can tell, I'm absolutely buzzing about the current situation at United. I think he fully deserves the job. Give him the job. Give him the job for a good few years. Allow him to impart his wisdom onto the team, which he does have in abundance, having been a Manchester United player at the peak of our powers, understanding the club's philosophy, understanding the mentality of the team and the way we want to play. If he's allowed the flexibility, if you like, to bring a couple of players in that he sees fit, that he wants, that he thinks will improve Manchester United in the way in which he wants them to play, then I think we're just going to be getting stronger and stronger under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Could it be a honeymoon period? There's a lot to say for managers coming in, and just the change in mentality, the change in approach. It can have an instant positive effect on a team and obviously turn a team around. We see that time and time again when a manager gets sacked and somebody else comes in to replace him, and they do sort of have a revival, and at some point it does peter off. But with this Ole Gunnar managerialship at United, I just don't see that happening anytime soon. I think he has got the mentality of the club. He understands it. He's got the players playing how they want to play, how he wants them to play. Everybody seems to be happy. It's positive for a change at United. Everything's going in the right direction. Thank you so much, Gunchi, for getting involved. Couldn't agree more. Ole Gunnar has to be the next manager of Manchester United, or at least made to be the permanent manager. Alex Rincon in the house. How's it going, the Rinconator? He comments, Ander Herrera was man of the match to me. Good shout, good shout. I thought him and Pogba were just completely different level of gravy out there. Forget Bisto. They were something else. They really were unbelievable performances from both of them. What I liked about Herrera is he did allow Pogba that freedom. What I liked about him is, say Smalling gets forward or Luke Shaw gets forward. He's got that knowledge. He's got that ability to drop off, to fill that hole in the back line and to shore us up. He did that numerous times tonight, showed his intelligence as a footballer. His distribution's unbelievable. The way he wins the ball back, the way he gets his head up, picks out a pass. Of course, that headed finish. He has been one of the standout performers under this Ole Gunnar Solskjaer reign, no doubt about it. He's really come on. He's sort of been, I've said it before, an unsung hero for Manchester United because he does a lot and he sort of goes unnoticed, kind of like a Michael Carrick, like I was saying previously. But to me, he's starting to get that recognition on a wider basis. People are looking at him thinking he is one of the most dynamic midfielders in the Premier League now. And he's done that in a very short space of time. Gungshi comments, absolute penetration. Hang on, sorry, Alex, I didn't read out the rest of your comment there, mate. Got a little bit carried away with myself. The rest of his comment reads, Ollie has got us our first win at Stamford Bridge in years. Not even Poch has done that. Give him the job. Well said, my friend. And it wasn't just a win. It was a convincing win. It was a dominant win, if anything. Bearing in mind you are going to Chelsea. You are going to have to sit back at times. You are going to have to counter at times. It could not have gone any better. The way that we took them apart was a tactical breakdown of Chelsea. They played into our hands and we ate them up for dinner. It was an absolutely flawless performance, both tactically and, just from the players out there on the pitch performing. So I think you're absolutely right. The fact that he's done, I think it's 5 years, 5 games in the FA Cup or something like that, that we haven't actually gone to Stamford Bridge and been able to win. Well, we've done that today. We've kept a clean sheet, 2 lovely goals, convincing counter-attacking football, solid defensively. The back line were a bunch of lions today. And that includes Sergio Romero, who is still the best super sub goalie in world football. Okay, flapped at a couple of things today, but he is so solid, isn't he? So solid, there's no better number 2 to David De Gea. Gunshi says, absolute penetration by United. Absolutely on the counter-attack, penetrating, crafting chances, cutting them open, meaningful balls into the box, meaningful runs in behind. It was a joy to behold, it really was. We've got a comment here from Chris Burrows, who comments and says, finally ended our hoodoo at Stamford Bridge. Give Ollie the job permanently. Absolutely. I mean, they are sort of a bogey team for us. It is always a very tough place to go. They are a very good team. At the start of the season, come on, they were in a much better place than us. We didn't have Ollie. We had that freaking Mr. Bean having an absolute double damer at the place. They had a manager who had that revival I was talking about, that instant upturn in form, in motivation, it seems, in the players, especially at a prima donna team like Chelsea with a bunch of freaking mercenaries like Eden Hazard in there. They had an upturn, but it seems to have petered off now, and I think maybe he's going to struggle to keep his job, that man. And based on his tactical performance and the performance of his players today, I'd say it'd probably be quite justified if he did get the sack. Northern Nightmare, how's it going? Comments and says, Ander was everywhere. What a performance, you know. He should just change his name to like Andes Herrera, because that's how big and tall and strong he is out there on the pitch and impenetrable. He's like the Andes. Theo Knight comments again, yes, Pig, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the Messiah. Nathan Phelps, both centre-backs were quality. Couldn't agree more. Unbelievable. Lindelof, he's come on and been just an incredible talent this season. One of the most improved players over the last 18 months at Manchester United for sure. Chris Smalling, Chris Smalldong, as I used to call him. Well, not anymore. He is showing a fair bit of brain on him these days. Do you know what I mean? He is out there. He is performing like a lion. That crazy hairdo that he's got, don't know what it's done, but it's given him some sort of an injection of ability. Because he is looking like some player at the moment. And okay, I know it's not always the case that you want him to be playing PSG in the Champions League when it's a must win and you can't make any errors game. He's maybe not the right man, but for certain games where you have to mix things up, and I'm not saying Chelsea away in the Cup is an easy game or anything like that, but I just think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is showing his tactical nous very early on. He's showing that he's got the right balance in this United side. There's only really been one game where it's a questionable selection or his selection changes didn't work out, I believe, the Burnley result. But other than that, he's pretty much flawless. His substitutions, the timing of them, the impact they often have, his initial selection, sometimes questionable, always or most of the time proved to be a very astute move. And, I think he's shown enough in this short time to warrant getting the job on a permanent basis. Who's done better than him in their start to a managerialship at United? Nobody. Not even Sir Alex Ferguson himself. Not even Matt Busby went on the run, quite the run, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has. So, to me, there's only one man for the job. It's got to be given to Ole Gunnar, our super sub as a player, our super sub as a manager, the baby-faced assassin, the second coming, the Messiah, Andy Serkis, whatever you want to call him. He's absolutely awesome. John Blakeman, no, he's a very naughty boy. He's not the Messiah. Gung-Shi comments, Ander Herrera and Pogba were immense, but also Smalling, bracket small cock no longer. Lindelof, Shaw, Rashford, everyone was good today. Totally agree, Rashford was a live wire. Obviously didn't get his name on the score sheet, but he did put in a good performance. He did whip in an incredible ball for that second goal. Matthias Lima comments and says, it's beautiful to see Pogba play. He has energy, he has skills, he has power, he has fire, he is hot. Whoa, calm down there, Matthias. But anyway, no, you're absolutely right. It's beautiful to watch Paul Pogba play football now. He's playing without fear. We saw under Mourinho, he was shackled. He was always afraid. He had to adhere to this terrible, sidey defensive football, which you could just see was not in him. It's not his style. It's not his type of play. He wants to be out there. He wants to be box to box. He wants to be mixing things up. He wants to be getting his head up, looking for runners. He wants to be making those driving runs forward, with the end goal being to either fashion a pass in the final third or get in a goal-scoring position himself. He is proving right now what a player he is. And it is so nice and so refreshing to see it, because I'm one of those people that was pretty critical of Paul Pogba when it was all consistently going badly. But I'll hold my hand up and say that whether it's right, whether it's wrong, whichever way you want to look at it, is he not playing for him? But I don't think that. I think that's a moot point based on this change in system. But I don't think that you can really blame Paul Pogba for his performances under Jose, because since Jose's gone, he's been nothing but amazing. It's like a big FU to Jose Mourinho every single game that he pulls on his shirt. He's motivated out there. You can see it. Like you say, he's playing with fire. He's playing with pure passion out there. He's looking so happy to be playing in the red shirt, to be in a successful attacking side. And you can see it means a lot to him. I love that. There were times when it didn't look like he gave a shit out there on the pitch. But you know why that was? It's because he was so unhappy with the way that we were playing, the style of football, the system that Jose was deploying, that it was disheartening for the lad. It was like that with a lot of the players, because as soon as he's gone, everybody starts to perform. Pretty much, maybe not Sanchez, but everyone else. Mark Sin comments and says, "Evening, Pig. I hope you still got the man bun underneath that hat." I do indeed, mate. I actually do. I've kept it for a little while. We'll see how it goes, but just thought I'd, get the old hat back on, based on not performing in the last game without the hat. So I think it's a bit of a good luck omen. Northern Nightmare comments, "I got to get a Norwegian hat." What's a Norwegian? Is this a Norwegian hat? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I thought this was Russian. But yeah, you try to get one of those in support of Ollie. Absolutely. Everybody who's tuning in, 154 legends right now. Maybe a couple of dirty Chelsea scummers in there. How's it going? Just want to say to you, thanks for stopping by. Do us a favour, whoever you are, chuck a like on this video. Let me know your comments and thoughts in the comments section, and I'll get onto them and answer as many of those as I can before we have to wrap things up here. Super chat from Ted Savala. How's it going, Teddy? He comments and says, "What a team performance. A few players still need to improve or move on, but Ollie is doing a great job with the players we have. Give him the job." Unbelievable. Who would have thought just a short while ago that a defensive Young, Shaw, Lindelof and Smalling would put up such a defensive masterclass against a team like Chelsea, who started the season so well? It's such an incredible job that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is doing, not just to get us playing that old school Manchester United way where we are attacking and we are going for it and we are looking to score goals and entertain the fans, but he's made us a lot more solid at the back as well. I think it goes hand in hand. There's that old saying, offense is the best form of defense. I don't know why I said it like an American. It's just I always hear Yanks saying that. So maybe that's why. But that is definitely true. And United have shown that. We've got players that are good attacking-wise. We've got pace for days up top there. We've got technically gifted players. And if we are prepared to play to our strengths, then we can get the better of anybody, basically, because defensively, that's not where our strengths lie. Jose had us playing defensive crap, and it didn't make any sense. We don't have, Maldini at the back. No, we don't. We don't have Nesta at the back. We don't have these guys, Baresi and all those guys. We don't have them. We have Smalling, Jones, Lindelof, and Bailey. And they're good players. They're not quite up to the level of those players that I mentioned a minute ago, which is why you don't play defensively and you play to the strengths that we have in the side. And Ollie can see that. Ollie knows what he's doing. Matthias comments, "Our midfield is good. We just need to get rid of Sanchez, Lukaku and Young. Bring Griezmann, Sancho and put Dalot on." Fair play to you, interesting ideas. Sanchez, to me, every performance I see from him, I'm being less and less convinced that he's going to turn it around and get back to that quality player that we all knew that he was at Arsenal. He was an incredible match winner in the Premier League. No doubt about it. Incredible, set the Premier League alight while he was there, especially for the last few seasons. Just incredible. But not anymore. Not since he was playing under Jose. Not since Ole Gunnar's come in, really. And that's worrying, because everybody else has upped their game. Everyone else has improved. Everyone else has looked like a Manchester United player. Unfortunately for Sanchez, it just hasn't been happening for him. And Ole Gunnar said himself, he's going to have to go out there. He's going to have to find himself. Which does sound pretty cheesy, but it's true. He's got to go out there and find that player that he was, because he's nothing. He's a shell of a man compared to what he was. Yeah, Griezmann, Sancho, I'd love to get players like that in the club. They are quality players. Don't think it's necessarily that realistic, but this is United we're talking about. If we've got Champions League football, we can compete with the best clubs in the world, really, in the transfer market, so I don't see why not. Lukaku, I still think, has something to offer this club. He's not a traditional United-style forward. He's not technically gifted enough. He's a big Lummox, Emil Heskey type player, but he is useful. He does give you a different option up there. I think he's a good player to have around the squad. Whether or not he'll be happy with playing second fiddle to Rashford, who's much younger and in my opinion has a lot more technical ability and potential, is another question. But I'd actually keep him around the club, even though he's on insane money. I think he's such a physical player up there. When he's on form, he's as good as anyone. Come on. It's like a mini Drogba. Actually, he's not, but you know what I mean. No, not many people are. Adil Varuk with a super chat. How's it going, Adil? Comments, "Pig, I cannot wait to play Man U on Sunday now. LFC." Oh! We've got a Scouser in our midst. Anyway, thank you for stopping by, Adil. I can't wait either. It's going to be a real humdinger of a game, that one. A real firecracker of a game. Both teams, of course, you don't need to explain the rivalry between it. Anything can happen in those derby days. United at the moment, though, we are confident. We have players performing, the likes of Pogba. If you get him playing like he did today, the likes of Herrera, then they are going to cause problems for Liverpool's midfield, absolutely, and defence. But of course, they have incredible players. They've got incredible talents. They've got great tactics and the way they go about it. I think Jurgen Klopp has done an incredible job, especially this season, somewhat decreasing the risk factor in terms of going forward and leaving so many holes at the back. They've plugged a lot of those holes at the back. Yes, it came with a goalkeeper in Van Dijk last January, whatever, but since then, they have looked a lot better defensively. And if the last game that we played against them was anything to go by, which thankfully it's not, because we don't have the same man in charge, it's a completely different vibe at United now. Thankfully, that last fixture against Liverpool was nothing to go by. But if anything like that, it'll be a very, very difficult time for us. But it won't be like that because we're going to be going for it. We're going to be playing the United way. We're going to be attacking. And we'll let the chips fall where they may. I truly believe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to set us up with that mentality. He's going to set us up to go for it, to try and match them blow for blow. And maybe that's not a good idea with such an attacking force like Liverpool. But I'd rather see us go out on our shield than a horrible Portuguese whimper like we did last time. When Mourinho set us up, we created nothing. We just allowed Liverpool to have their merry way with us. That is not the United way. The United way is to go out swinging, go out trying, and if we can, to try and chop the other team's head off. That's basically what we're doing. Oh, Nathan Phelps, James Mellier, Jack the Hammock. You guys, thanks for letting me know. It looks like we have drawn Wolverhampton Wanderers away from home. It's a good draw for us, isn't it? Hopefully you're not in cahoots there, and that is genuinely the draw that we've got in the FA Cup. Got to be happy with that. Yeah, it would have been nice to get City or something like that, but really, if this is our chance of getting silverware, that's a great path that we have to now manoeuvre. It should be a relatively easy one for us. Comment here. Everybody who's tuning in and commenting, you're a bunch of legends. They're coming in thick and fast, lads. Gungshi, it really was a complete performance. It really was. So defensively sound, offensively cut them open on the counter, sweeping counter-attacks, lovely execution, and just absolutely everything I want to see from a United performance. And you've got to remember that we're coming up against a good Chelsea team. Yeah, they might not be in the best run, but they've got a good amount of technical players in there, gifted players. People like Eden Hazard. And just the fact that we kept them at bay, kept the clean sheet away from home at Stamford Bridge. We got that monkey off our back of having the booby side at Stamford Bridge. Tough place for us to go traditionally. Not today. Not now we have got the Messiah, Ole Gunnar, at the wheel. That's for sure. His name is Ole Solskjaer. The coolest coach south of Oslo, bruh. His name is Ole Solskjaer. Champions League on his CV and a face like he was 3. His name is Ole Solskjaer, the coolest coach south of Oslo, bruh. Anyway, I'm going to stop there, but yeah, I'm just buzzing about Ole Gunnar, I really am. Mo Wada, how's it going, Mo Wada? Comments, I thought Rashford was huge. He absolutely was. Good performance from him today. Another stunning performance from him. Some real standout performers in the game today. I think the two centre-backs obviously have to take a lot of the credit for the defensive display today. They were majestic. And Herrera, incredible. Paul Pogba, incredible. And Rashford, I think, was absolutely incredible today. Everybody improved. Mata stepped up his performance from the last game. People have been hating on Mata recently. I still think he's consistent. I still think he's a good performer. And I really rate him. I like the fact that he is a technical, intelligent player. We don't have enough of those type of players at Manchester United. He's more of the old mould of technical, intelligent player that Manchester United are more accustomed to. And I like him. I really like him. Dave123 Kid comments, Wolves away. What you think? Well, Dave, I am happy with that. I think that that's a great draw for us. It's a very winnable game. It's obviously going to be a tough fixture, tough away fixture. But based on how we're doing at the moment, based on the technical gap between the sides, I think we're just going to absolutely steamroll them. Bjarni Siggy comments and says, give Ander Herrera a new contract ASAP. I mean, you've said it there. Pig Bro, have you read my super chat? Oh crap, I don't know if I have, Adel. Let's go back and see if I can find it. And here it is. You commented and says, Pig, I cannot wait to... Oh yeah, I did read it. Already read it, Adel, but you get another shout out from me. I'm obviously going through the questions here a significant amount of time after you're actually writing it. James Arnold with a super chat. Thanks so much to everybody who's getting involved with the video tonight. He comments, great result, all good under Ollie and Phelan. So true to have those lads back. Mike Phelan, I think, could be maybe the mastermind behind this whole thing, because he was obviously a big part of Sir Alex Ferguson's success there in the latter years of Sir Alex's run. And, you know, we had guys like Carlos Queiroz and people like that, but Mike Phelan, staple of Manchester United. And he knows what this football club's about. He's good. He's a good footballing coach. You know, Fergie wasn't necessarily out there on the training ground giving the tactical coaching and all that sort of stuff. He was a different kind of manager. And Ollie Gunnar can be that type of manager too, especially if you've got a number 2 like Mike Phelan, who is very good coaching-wise, very good technically, very good with the intelligence of the game and that sort of thing. Oh, we've got a Chelsea fan. A Chelsea fan. Let's read this. His name is Chelsea, the Kings of London. Oh, the Kings of London? Well, sir, based on tonight's performance, you just had your head chopped off, pal. And there's a new king in town. There's a new king of London. And he goes by the name of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Long live the king. My guy comments, only good team in London is Tottenham. It's a fair comment. It's a fair comment just to that last previous Chelsea guy. It's a fair comment. Jay Robinson. How's it going, Jay? Fantastic result. Sanchez, got to feel sorry for his form. Smalling was great, I thought. Smalling was an absolute rock at the back there. Wasn't sure if it was Smalling or Rio Ferdinand in his heyday. Not just for the hair, but also for the performance. Jay, so true. I mean, Sanchez, come on. Step your game up, Sanchez. Where's that player we all know you are? We all know you can be. You're only 30, 31 years of age. Man up, Alexis. Where have you gone? Why are you the invisible man all of a sudden? Why can you not just recapture some of that form? I'm not asking you to recapture all of it in one go. I'm asking you to just improve slightly from game to game. But no, it's just not happening for the lad. Especially that second half performance against PSG. I mean, that was a joke. That was a shambles of a performance from a player like him. Terrible. It's like, is he just happy taking that 300k, 400k a week, whatever he's getting, and just doing one? Is he happy? Has he got the 100% motivation? I'm not so sure. Sometimes when you sign mercenaries, when you sign players that are prepared to wait out a contract so they can leave and sign for another club for a huge bumper deal, maybe it's a slight on their character and he's not quite the solid mental player that we thought that he was. Maybe he's just a little bit of a prima donna, maybe a little bit of a mercenary, and he doesn't quite have the cojones for the position. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that he can turn it around and improve like everyone else has. My guy comments, free Hazard. Well, to be honest with you, I guess you're talking about freeing Hazard to go to Real Madrid, which is obviously one of the talking points. If you're talking about free Hazard to come to United, I'd say do one, you monastery worker. I want nothing to do with you or your neckbeard. Okay, I've got the same sort of thing going on, but I make this look good. Neil Duffin comments and says, what an arrogant wanker. No, that's my personal inner monologue. Neil Duffin comments, this was a team masterclass tonight. Chelsea stuffed. Bring on Scumpaul. Love it, Neil. Yeah, we did absolutely stuff them like a Christmas turkey. And hopefully we're going to do up Liverpool like some Boxing Day sarnies. Don't know why we've got all Christmas themed, but there you go. Tom Sampson, how's it going, Tom? Pig, what do you think about the Manchester United takeover? And what does this do to our transfer policy? Don't know what you're talking about, mate. Are you talking about a potential takeover of Manchester United? If so, this is news to me. I'll wait until I've have something more solid about this to actually, get out there and comment. But if you're talking about Manchester United's takeover of the likes of Chelsea and these motors in the league, then I'm absolutely loving it. Abdullah Abubakar comments and says, Sarri is LVG 2.0. He is very similar, although apart from eating Stroopwafels on the sidelines, he's smoking ciggies. Alex Rudd in the house. How's it going, Alex Rudd? Good to see you. The only gooner I like, no, I'm only joking, I actually don't. There's a couple of gooners that are tolerable. But thanks very much for getting involved, Alex. Good to see you. He comments and says, sup with you, Alex. Sup with me is I'm absolutely buzzing about the performance of Manchester United right now. Tonight, great performance against Chelsea. I'm sure you're sort of happy that we got one over on those scummers. And we're through to the FA Cup 6th round now. So I think that we're in a good position. Positivity is high at United. Momentum is strong. Ole Gunnar's at the wheel. It feels good. And we're soldiering on. Can't win them all. We saw that in the PSG game. Technically, they're just a little bit too good and we didn't quite turn up. But when we do turn up, when we are up for it, we can get the better of anybody. I mean, the way we played some football tonight, Alex, I hope you saw the game and the performance. If you did, man, wouldn't you just like Arsenal to play like that sometimes? Champ for show comments and says, interested to see Fred come back in. I'm not sure if he has been excluded thus far because of performance or family time. Yeah, fair play. I mean, he's part of that epic chant, the new epic chant. So surely he's got to be coming in there, you know. But yeah, from what I've seen from him, I'm not overly impressed with him. But at the same time, he's not had too much of a run in the side. There's going to be fixtures and teams that we're playing where we have to utilise the whole squad. And he's going to come in and he's going to get chances. Like Ole Gunnar said, everybody gets the chances to impress and get their position in the side. It's about fighting. It's about form. Polaris comments, Rashford was on a mad one, as he has been a lot recently. The guy's an absolute beast. He's only getting better, that lad. Right, guys, everybody who's tuning in now, thanks so much for stopping by on the live chat. I do really enjoy interacting with you guys and the fact that you guys take the time to tune in and comment on these. Yeah, it fills me with a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Some may say a fizzing sensation. So appreciate you guys doing that. Keep doing that. If I don't read out your messages, I apologise. There's obviously quite a lot coming in. Keep doing it though, because eventually I'm going to get round to you, aren't I? You know, I try and read out as many as I can. I always say if I don't answer your questions in the live stream here, come back and comment on the video after it's finished, and I'll read them and comment on those. Super chat from Onyekaba Unanemeka. I hope I said that right. I'm going to try it one more time. Super chat from Onyekaba. No, let me start again. Onyekaba Nameka. I'm going for that. Onyekaba Nameka. That's a great name. Thank you very much for commenting and getting involved. Comments and says, all hail our away fans. They shut the bridge down. They're incredible. I mean, you don't often... I mean, I was just watching on the TV, obviously. But they basically just took Stamford Bridge over with that Ollie's at the wheel chant. They just couldn't hear any Chelsea scummers in there. Call that a cauldron of football. Call that home support. You want to hang your heads in shame, Chelsea scummers. Because United showed you up, not just out there on the pitch, but in the stands too. Laugh Napoli. Alex Rincon comments, beat Spurs, Arsenal, and now Chelsea away. United are the kings of London. Like I say, the king is dead. Long live the king, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Oh, super chat from Alex Rudd. Comments, I was playing basketball in the park. Didn't see it. Wow, I'd love to give you a cheeky game of basketball, Alex. But we wouldn't want an embarrassment for you, would we, like Arsenal? So I'm probably not going to do that. But no, fair play to you. I'm sure you're pretty decent, mate. You know, you're an American, right? So they all grow up with the ball in their hand as opposed to kicking around their feet, which is why they're an absolute calamity at soccer. No, thank you. Sorry, I'm sure you didn't just comment there to receive an insult from me, Alex, but I'm sort of in that sort of truculent mood at the moment. That sort of, I'm buzzing. I feel a little bit arrogant. The arrogance has come back at United. You know, we're not arrogant. We're just better than 16 teams in the Premier League right now anyway. Thank you so much for stopping by. Right, guys, I'm just going to do a few shout-outs at the end of this live stream. Everybody who's tuned in, you're a bunch of legends. Smash a like on this video. If you're new to the channel, we talk about football here. We talk about Manchester United. We get deep into the Premier League and the FA Cup as we have done tonight. Do us a favour before you go. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. Click that little bell button. I've seen a couple of people say they're not getting notified of the videos being posted on the channel. Well, that's what that button is for. You click that bell button. You will be notified when I post a video, when I go live on the stream. But Bradley Mangs, iPoddy24, James Mellier, every other legend out there who's tuned into this live stream, thanks so much for stopping by on the channel. And I'm sure you're absolutely as buzzing as I am at the moment. The resurgence continues. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's at the wheel. He's got United playing the right type of football. He's got the mentality back. He's got us winning games. He's got us playing against good teams and getting the better of them. He's got us playing defensively masterclasses out there. He's got players who used to have small dongs suddenly playing like they are packing some serious heat out there. And I, for one, am very happy with the turnaround at United. It's all down to the coaching staff. It's all down to the players obviously stepping up and proving that it was just the previous manager that was the issue, really. That was what it just wasn't the right fit for United. Now we can go forward, we can move on, we can improve. Give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the job permanently. It's not rocket science. Nobody else is going to have a better audition than that, if that's what you want to call it. 13 games, 11 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss against PSG in the Champions League. I mean, give him the job already. What more does he have to do? What more does he have to do? He's the rightful heir to the throne. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks so much for stopping by. Like I say, if I missed your comment, come back in a minute. Comment in the comment section. Permanently, I'll read them and I'll respond. So can everybody else. Even if you're a Chelsea scummer, I'd love for you to comment, get involved, so we can have a little bit of a laugh at your expense. So please come back and do that. Also, you can follow me on social media, on Instagram at Mr. Flying Pig HD. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Mr. Flying Pig HD. So please do that. I'm going to try and post more stuff to my social media accounts. So please do that. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. Everybody whose comments I didn't read and everybody whose comments I did read, thank you so much for getting involved here. I'm talking to you, Marky. I'm talking to you, Gungshi. I'm talking to you, IB Avaled. I'm talking to you, Spaceman X and John Gagan. That's why I'm talking to you guys. Anyway, come on, United, get in there. We march on. We are going to win the FA Cup. We're on our way to Wembley. We're on.